The Queen's secondary heart stopped beating 3 days ago. I was the only one who noticed. Protocol demanded I stand exactly 7 paces behind her during the dawn procession through the crystalline halls of the Kethron Palace, close enough to intercept threats, far enough to preserve the illusion that she needed no protection. I'd held this position for 4 years, watching the subtle rhythms of her body language, the microscopic tells that separated routine from danger. When her posture shifted 2 degrees left to compensate for the failing organ, my hand moved to my pulse blade before conscious thought caught up. She didn't acknowledge it. She never acknowledged anything about me. The Kethrons were a species built for endurance. 2 hearts, 3 lungs, crystalline bone structure that could withstand impacts that would pulverize human skeletons. Queen Vishara stood 8 feet tall, with skin that shifted between deep violet and midnight blue depending on her emotional state. Her eyes were triple irised, capable of seeing spectrums I couldn't imagine. Her people had conquered 17 star systems before humanity ever left Earth. I was a borrowed guard from the human diplomatic corps, a political gesture. A living apology for the colony incident on Tertius Prime that nobody wanted to discuss in detail. For 4 years, she'd spoken perhaps 50 words directly to me, all commands, all brief. Now her secondary heart was failing, and she was pretending nothing was wrong. The medical wing was sealed. I'd checked. The royal physicians had been dismissed 3 days ago, sent to the outer provinces on sudden research assignments. The Queen's personal chambers were under lockdown from the inside. She emerged only for mandatory state functions, moving through them with practiced grace while her skin flickered between colors too quickly, the way it did when Kethrons experienced severe pain. I followed her back to her chambers after the dawn procession. She entered. The door began to close. I put my hand on it. "Remove yourself, Guard Matthias Chen." Her voice was steady, musical, completely controlled. "Your secondary heart isn't functioning properly, Your Majesty?" Through the gap, I saw her turn. Her skin had gone completely white. In Kethron physiology, that meant either terror or rage, sometimes both. "You will not speak of this. I'm bound by oath to protect your life. You're bound by oath to follow my commands." Her triple irises contracted to pinpoints. "I command you to forget what you've observed and return to your post. Leave the palace. Return to your diplomatic corps." This conversation never happened. She reached for the door controls. I pushed inside. The pulse blade was at my throat before I'd taken 2 steps. She'd moved faster than my eyes could track, crossing the 15 feet between us in what seemed like a single heartbeat. The weapon hummed against my carotid artery, one twitch away from ending me. "Dare." Each word was carved from ice. Yes. I kept my hands visible, relaxed. "Because in approximately 4 days, the secondary heart failure will cascade to your primary. You'll have maybe 6 hours after that."
"You've dismissed everyone who could help you."
Whatever political situation forced that decision, dying seems like a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Her skin shifted from white to deep crimson. The blade pressed harder. "You know nothing about Kethron politics. I know you've avoided looking at me directly for 4 years. I know you never eat in my presence. I know your skin turns pale gold whenever I enter a room, and you immediately leave. I know," I continued quietly, "that pale gold means attraction in your species. And I know that Kethron law forbids the royal line from bonding with anyone not of pure Kethron blood." The blade didn't move. "So you're dying," I said, "because whatever is wrong with your heart can't be fixed by dismissed physicians in distant provinces. It requires someone close, someone present. Someone you can't allow near you without breaking laws older than human civilization. If you were not human," she whispered, "this would be considered mind-reading, a capital offense." "I'm just observant." You're impossible." The blade lowered. She turned away, her shoulders rigid. "Leave, Matthias Chen, please." The please nearly broke me. In 4 years, I'd never heard her use that word. "Tell me how to help." "You can't. Try me." She laughed. It was a bitter, broken sound. "Kethron biology requires physical proximity for heart regeneration, extended sustained proximity, the kind shared between bonded pairs. The failing heart feeds from the electromagnetic field of another living being close enough to touch. Understanding crystallized. You need someone to literally stay with you. Constant contact. The scandal alone would shatter the dynasty. The legal consequences would be worse." She finally turned to face me fully. Her skin was cycling through colors I'd never seen. "And if it were you specifically, the council would demand both our deaths. As far as anyone knows, You're in isolation, recovering from exhaustion. I'm simply missing from my post because you dismissed me. For weeks, however long it takes. Her skin went pale gold, pure, undeniable pale gold. Why? She asked. Less than nothing. You were assigned here as punishment for something your people did. I've treated you as furniture for 4 years, because everyone deserves to live, and because maybe after 4 years of carefully not looking at each other, we both deserve to stop pretending. The silence stretched. Her secondary heart's damaged rhythm was visible in the pulse at her throat. If I did not love you, she said slowly, I would accept this offer. Because survival is logical. Because you're right about the timeline. Her voice dropped to barely a whisper. But I do. I have for 3 years, and I cannot allow you to sacrifice yourself for me. That's not your choice. It's my life. Then let me make it mine. She stared at me. Her skin shifted through a dozen colors before settling on deep, steady gold. Stay, she said finally. But when the council discovers this, I won't be able to protect you. I know. Possibly executed? I know. And even if we survive, nothing can come of this. The law is absolute. I stepped closer, close enough that she could feel my electromagnetic field, close enough that her secondary heart's rhythm stuttered, then began to strengthen. One problem at a time, I said. She reached out carefully, as if I might shatter, and rested her hand against my chest. Her skin flared brilliant gold. Her secondary heart beat once, twice, stronger each time. You're completely irrational, she murmured. Humanity's defining characteristic. For the first time in 4 years, she smiled at me. Really smiled. Then stay, Matthias Chen. Stay and teach me about human irrationality. The first 3 days passed in careful silence. She wouldn't explain the specifics of Kethran heart regeneration, so I learned by observation. We sat together in her inner chamber, a room I'd never entered during my service. She positioned us on a low couch designed for Kethran physiology, her body curved around mine in a configuration that felt intensely intimate without being overtly sexual. Her electromagnetic field pulsed against my skin like gentle waves. I could feel her secondary heart's rhythm through the contact points where we touched. At first it was irregular, stuttering. By the second day it had found a pattern. By the third it was almost synchronizing with my own heartbeat. She told me about the council meeting 6 weeks ago. The demand that she produce an heir. The genetic matching ceremony where 47 eligible Kethran nobles presented themselves, and her biology rejected every single one. The scandal when she dismissed them all. The quiet investigation into whether something was wrong with her, whether she was fit to rule. They found nothing wrong, she said, her voice vibrating through her chest into mine. Because there is nothing wrong. My biology simply refuses to bond with anyone Kethran. How long have you known? Since you arrived. She shifted, her skin flickering pale gold. My electromagnetic field recognized yours the first day you took position behind me. I spent 4 years trying to ignore it. That must have been exhausting. You have no idea, she laughed softly. Do you know how many times I nearly turned around and looked at you directly? Really looked? I counted 97 near turns in the first year alone. She went still. You were counting. I told you. I'm observant. That's, she trailed off. Interest. Her skin blazed gold. Impossible interest. Forbidden interest. The best kind. She turned in my arms, meeting my eyes fully for the first time ever. Her triple irises were expanded. Vulnerable. This cannot end well, Matthias. Probably not. Then why are you smiling? Because for once you're actually looking at me. She touched my face carefully, as if memorizing the contours. I've wanted to do this for 3 years. It was nothing like human kissing. Her mouth was different, her biochemistry alien, but the intent behind it was universal. When she pulled back, her secondary heart was beating strong and steady. It's working, I said. Too well. She rested her forehead against mine. My heart is regenerating faster than it should. The electromagnetic resonance between us is stronger than anything in Kethran medical literature. Is that dangerous? It's uncharted. She pulled me closer. It means you're more compatible with me than any Kethran has ever been with another. It means my biology is trying to bond with yours completely. And if it does, then we can never separate. The bond is permanent. Biochemical! If you died, my hearts would fail. If I died, she didn't finish. Same, I said. She studied my face. You should be terrified. Should I? Yes. This is your life, Matthias. Your freedom. Once the bond completes, you'll be biologically tied to me forever. Sounds terrible. Her skin shifted to amused violet. You're mocking me. A little. She kissed me again, deeper this time. The council will execute us both when they discover this. Then we'd better make it worth it. You're completely insane. Humanity's second defining characteristic. She laughed against my mouth. Her secondary heartbeat perfectly synchronized with mine. We had 4 more days before the medical scan that would reveal everything. On the 4th day, she told me about her daughter. I'd assumed the Queen had no children. The succession crisis made sense only if the royal line ended with her. But as she spoke, I realized how little I actually knew about Kethran royal structure. Sarathia is 9 years old, by human standards perhaps 6. Vishara's skin had gone soft gray, the color of Kethran grief. Her father died before she was born. Genetic accident during conception, the embryo survived.
He didn't.
The council allowed me to carry her to term as a courtesy. Then they declared her ineligible for succession. Her voice hardened. Mixed phase genetics. 1 heart instead of 2. Crystalline bone structure too fragile for royal duties. They wanted me to send her away to a medical facility. I refused. Where is she? The East Tower. Isolated. Protected. The gray darkened. Hidden. She's why you can't acknowledge the bond. If they knew I was bonding with a human, they'd use her as leverage. Demand I choose between my biology and her safety. Vishara's hands clenched. They already want to remove her. This would give them legal justification. Then we protect her. We can't even protect ourselves. We'll find a way. She looked at me with something close to despair. Your optimism is going to destroy us both. 3 short pulses. Emergency protocol. Vishara's skin went white. No one should know I'm here. I moved to the door controls. Stay back. The screen showed a small figure, child-sized. Alone! It's Sarethia, Vishara breathed. Something's wrong. She opened the door. The girl stumbled inside, her skin flickering distress colors too fast to track. She was small, delicate, with her mother's triple irised eyes and skin that couldn't decide between violet and blue. Mama, they're coming. Her voice was high, frightened. The council. They have medical scanners. They said they're going to check on you. When? Now. They're in the corridor. Multiple footsteps. The unmistakable authority of people who expected doors to open for them. Vishara looked at me. Her skin showed every color of panic.
You have to hide.
Where?
You have to hide.
They'll find you. They'll know. They'll take Sarethia and execute you and... I took her shoulders. Breathe. I can't. Yes, you can. I turned to Sarethia. Can you open the balcony door? The girl nodded and ran. Vishara gripped my arms. If you run, they'll chase you. If they catch you outside my chambers, it's proof of conspiracy. Then I won't run. Matthias. Trust me. Official. Demanding. I kissed her once, quick and hard. Whatever happens, protect Sarethia. 5 council members stood in the corridor, all male, all ancient, all wearing the ceremonial robes that indicated highest authority. Behind them, 2 guards with medical scanners. The lead counselor's skin went shocked white when he saw me. Guard Chen. His voice could have frozen stars. You were dismissed from service 3 days ago. I was. Then explain your presence in the Queen's private chambers. Behind me, I heard Vishara stand. Felt her electromagnetic field strengthen, protecting her daughter. I'm here, I said clearly, because the Queen needed medical assistance. As her sworn guard, I provided it. The Queen dismissed all medical personnel. She did. Then you acted against her direct orders. I acted to preserve her life. The counselor's eyes narrowed. You admit to disobeying royal command? I admit to doing my job. Your job ended when you were dismissed. He gestured to the guards. Scan the Queen. Now, I wanted to stop them, but couldn't without making everything worse. Vishara stood motionless as they ran the medical scanners over her body. The lead guard studied his readings. His skin shifted to confused gray. Counselor, the Queen's secondary heart shows complete regeneration. advanced healing, electromagnetic bonding signatures. Bonding? The lead counselor repeated. With whom? The guard checked his scanner again. Unknown biology, non-Kethran electromagnetic signature. Human. The silence was absolute. The counselor turned to me. You bonded with the Queen. She was dying. I was present. Biology doesn't ask permission. You understand this is a capital offense. I understand you'd rather have a dead queen than a living one bonded to the wrong species. You will be executed for this. Then execute me. I kept my voice level. But the bond is permanent. Kill me, and her hearts fail. You'll have your precious law and a dead queen. Congratulations. Her skin had gone royal crimson, the color of absolute command. Enough. Your Majesty, the counselor began. Silence. Her voice cracked like thunder. You will not touch him. You will not threaten him. You will not speak of execution in my presence. The law. Before we knew compatible biology could exist outside our species, she moved to stand beside me, her hand finding mine. The law is obsolete. The law is absolute. Then change it. Impossible. Then watch your queen die. She squeezed my hand, because I will not survive without him. Not anymore. The bond is complete. Sarathia stepped out from behind her mother. I won't let you hurt him. Every counselor's attention snapped to the child. Their skin color shifted in ways I didn't understand but recognized as deeply significant. The lead counselor's voice went dangerous. The spare air. We wondered where you'd hidden her. She's not hidden. She's protected. From what? From you. Vishara's skin blazed crimson? You who wanted to take her? Who called her defective? Who said one heart wasn't enough to be royal? It isn't. Then I'm not royal either, she raised her voice. Because I now have the same biology. My hearts beat in synchronization with a human. I am bonded to an alien. By your logic, I am defective. The counselor's skin flickered. That's different. How? You were born pure, and she was born of me, born of love. Born of a bond that killed her father but gave her life. Vishara pulled Sarithia close. If you want to execute Matthias for bonding with me, fine. Execute us both, but leave her out of this. She's evidence of your poor judgment. She's a child. Sarithia looked up at her mother, then at me. Her skin shifted to determined violet. Mama, I can help. Sarithia, no. But the girl was already moving. She grabbed my other hand, completing a circuit between the three of us. Her electromagnetic field pulsed outward, amplifying the connection between Vishara and me. The effect was immediate and visible. All three of our skin tones shifted to matching gold. The council members stepped back involuntarily. She's bridging them, one whispered. The child is amplifying the bond. If you kill Matthias, you kill Mama. If you kill Mama, you kill me. We're connected now, all three of us. That's impossible, the lead counselor said. One heart cannot generate bonding fields. Watch me. Warning lights flashed across its display. Counselor, the electromagnetic readings... The child is bonding with both of them, creating a triad bond. I've never seen anything like this in Kethron physiology. The counselors pulled into a tight huddle. I couldn't hear their whispered conversation, but their skin colors told the story. White shock, gray uncertainty, flickers of violet anger. Finally, they broke apart. The lead counselor's face was unreadable. This situation is unprecedented. That's not an answer, Vishara said. It's not. He studied the three of us, his triple irises contracting and expanding rhythmically. The law demands execution for unauthorized bonding, but the law also demands the royal line continue. If we execute you, the line ends. If we execute the human, you die, the line ends. If we execute the child, you both die, the line ends. So we're trapped together, I said. How convenient. His skin flashed annoyance. You will not speak lightly of this. You're going to kill us anyway. Actually, he said slowly, we're not. Vishara's skin shifted to shocked white. What? The council will invoke the continuity clause. Ancient law predates the bloodline restrictions by 3 generations. He looked disgusted. It allows for exceptional circumstances to supersede standard protocol when the alternative is extinction of the royal line. I don't understand. It means we can't kill any of you without killing all of you, and we need at least one of you alive. His skin darkened. So we're stuck with this situation. You're accepting the bond? Vishara sounded disbelieving. Barely. He turned to me. You human will be elevated to consort status. Minimal public appearances. No political power. You exist only to keep the queen alive. Deal. Her mixed biology is now considered adaptive rather than defective, given her apparent ability to bridge incompatible species. Serethia squeezed my hand tighter. And the queen, he continued, will produce a second heir within 5 years to ensure succession stability. Vishara's skin flared gold. With Matthias? With, another compatible human nearby? She looked at me. I saw 4 years of careful distance, 3 days of desperate intimacy, and an uncertain future all reflected in her triple irises. I can accept these terms, she said, if he can. I thought about the impossibility of the last 4 years, the careful way we'd avoided each other. The 97 near turns in year 1 alone, the way her skin went pale gold whenever I entered her room. I thought about her dying alone rather than breaking the law. I thought about Serethia, hidden away, protected by a mother who would rather face execution than abandon her daughter. I thought about how this absolutely shouldn't work, how nothing about it made biological sense, how the council would spend years trying to find a loophole to undo it. And I thought about how Vishara had said she'd loved me for 3 years, and how I'd spent 4 years pretending not to notice. I have one condition, I said. The lead counselor's skin went irritated crimson. You are hardly in a position to negotiate. Neither are you. So here it is. No more hiding. No more pretending. The bond exists. We accept it publicly. Then kill us. I kept my voice calm, 'cause I'm done watching her pretend I don't exist. I'm done being furniture. Either we do this honestly, or we don't do it at all. Vishara's skin blazed brilliant gold. Matthias, no more avoiding eye contact. No more standing 7 paces back. No more carefully orchestrated distance. I turned to her fully. I love you. I've loved you probably since year 2. And I'm not spending the rest of my life pretending otherwise. Her skin cycled through every color I'd ever seen and several I hadn't. You're impossible, she whispered, humanity's defining characteristic. She kissed me in front of the entire council. Deeply. Absolutely. Serethia made a delighted sound. The counselor's skin colors suggested varying degrees of horror and resignation. When we finally broke apart, Vishara turned to face them. You have our answer. We accept your terms with his condition added. The bond will be public, official. Documented. The lead counselor looked like he'd bitten something toxic. The scandal will be enormous. Good. Vishara's voice held steel. Let it be a lesson. Biology doesn't respect tradition. Love doesn't follow protocol. And sometimes the right choice is the one that makes everyone uncomfortable. Then, incredibly, his skin shifted to grudging violet. You are impossible, Your Majesty. Apparently it runs in the family now. The guards followed, taking their scanners and their judgment with them. When the door sealed, Vishara's knees buckled. I caught her, holding her steady as 4 years of tension released all at once. We survived, she breathed. Barely. Are you regretting this yet? I looked down at Serethia, who was still holding both our hands, looked at Vishara, her skin still that brilliant, unashamed gold. Ask me again in another 4 years. She laughed, really laughed.
The sound filled her chambers like music. Thank you, she said.
For being irrational enough to stay. Thank you for being worth staying for. Sadassia tugged our hands. Does this mean Matthias lives here now? Does this mean I don't have to hide anymore? Yes. Does this mean you're both going to keep doing that kissing thing? Vishara's skin went embarrassed violet. Probably. Good. The girl's skin shifted to happy gold. I like him. He makes you smile like you did in the old pictures. Before everything got complicated. Vishara pulled her daughter into our embrace. Everything is still complicated, little one. But we're together now. That's better. That's better. We stood there, the 3 of us, connected by biology and choice and impossible circumstance. The council would try to undo this. The law would resist. The political consequences would echo for generations. But Vishara was smiling at me without pretense or distance. Cerethia was no longer hidden, and my heart beat in perfect synchronization with both of theirs. Sometimes the right choice is the one that makes everyone uncomfortable. Sometimes love is just learning to finally look at each other directly, and sometimes saving a life means destroying every rule that would have prevented it. I'd spent 4 years standing 7 paces back. I was never going back to that distance again.